Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Well, we're in the investigation for Case 5. It's an exciting time. I have a few questions. No, sorry, 2 notes, one of which is a question, one of which is not a question. Why did I do that like that? I don't understand how Emma doesn't recognize Dirk's name, considering she was in Khura'In very recently, and he was kind of all they talked about. But I mean, I have to imagine she's gonna figure it out at some point, and then she'd be like, well, I can't give you any more information with a known criminal besides you. And that's when our investigation's gonna get cut off or something. And the other thing I'm wondering about is, it seems like Inga has to be responsible for the theft in some way, however detachedly, right? Because it's now a through line from the first case to this one. At first I thought maybe this was just like a little bit of like secluded, self-contained drama for the first case because they wanted to really raise the stakes off the bat. But now if he's maybe trying to get the Founder's Orb, if Inga's trying to get his hands on the Founder's Orb, maybe that would be to usurp Queen Khura'In's power? Because he's covetous of her channeling ability, which he does not possess. But in theory, anyone with the Founder's Orb could do it. You got me! All I know is whatever he hopes to do with it, it's probably gonna be bad for all of us. If indeed I'm correct that he's the mastermind behind the theft. We had to have brought up Dirk once or twice in the trial, Maya's trial, where Emma was present as a witness, right? How can she not know the name Dirk? Anyway, it's time to do some fingerprinting on, what, on the research notes? No, on the suitcase, that was it. That's right, and there's no better time than the present to use it. Here we go. Here we go indeed. You remember how to do this, right? I apply the powder to where I think some prints might be and blow any excess off. Exactly. Well, have at it. Where would I expect to find prints on the suitcase? Well, the handle, but I wouldn't stop there, personally. In fact, because I'm so curious about what may be elsewhere, I'm going to check literally everything else first. Hang on, can I still do the thing where I, how do I, where I, like, dust an entire side at once by going, like turning it, like, just like this. Sorry, my mouse sensitivity. Like this, and going like, blah! And it just covers this entire strike. Look at my powder just decreasing rapidly. Oh dear. Well, I mean, that ought to do, right? Yeah, okay, we probably should just say, oh, no, hey, now, there is a handle. See, Papalo? You're so narrow-minded in your assumptions of where handprints might be on suitcases. That's one thing I've always said about you that you really need to work on, my friend. Just get a better personality, honestly. One print here. But the thumb is what we really want, right? So we want to be like, get that. Wait, hang on. Yeah, the thumb would be like here. It's a bit faded. It may not be good enough. Is there enough of a thumbprint here to do a thing? Doesn't look like there are any prints here. Well, I wouldn't say there aren't any. but whatever. We'll do this your way, Apollo. Oh, yeah, get this right all over. Like, yeah. That's the good stuff right there. It's a shame I can't, like, zoom out here. It's a big suitcase. All right, fine. I can tell this is going to take a long time, so handle it is. Certainly are some prints there. It's hard to get a beat on the exact point. Oh, sorry, this is Pan. The arrows are. I'm dumb. She asked if I remembered, and I was like, duh, I remember, and did not remember at all. Let's just get both sides out there, handle there, dusted there, and that's what we want to do before we carry on in this investigation. All right? I mean, we can't say there's no print there. It's the thumb is generally what we like, right? Wait, huh? Why would you hold it like... Yeah, I guess it's like this, yeah. It just looks weird for some reason, the spacing of the fingers. Right, give me that. Doesn't look like they're... What are you talking about? Hang on, maybe I forgot something important, like you're supposed to have the entire palm. Wait, I haven't gotten all my powder back, so I've left half of it somewhere. Oh, there it is. That's just ripping through it, so I think I'm like putting half of it on the side here. Look, I just want the print from here. Oh, this one isn't clear enough for... What? Where else could someone leave prints for a match?
Thanks, son. How might someone handle a suitcase? Start by considering what you do with them.
Well, besides being wheeled or carried, they can be open and closed. So I should look for prints that would be left on at those times. All right, sure, but you didn't like... Why does he say there aren't any prints here? Hey, I've got a pretty clear print here. What was wrong with the last time I scanned it? Okay, now let me know who you could think it could belong to. Who could it be? It would have to be someone who would have paid Dr. Buff a visit.
Oh, so we're saying the thief?
Or, okay, well, Datz is... They seem to match Datz's. So he paid him a visit. Are we going to be defending Datz then? Uh-oh. Match found indeed. So we're gonna like prove here that he was here, and that's gonna be a problem for us, maybe. We have a match. Datz. Come to think of it, he did stop by to see the doctor, didn't he? To conclude the orb transfer agreement.
So, here's the one who forgot his suitcase here.
Where do you suppose he is now? Sorry, where did he... Datz flew in here? He's a wanted criminal? How the hell did he get past airport security? That was the exact reason that you couldn't get past airport security. What is happening? Where do you suppose he is now?
I haven't heard from him in a while, and he's not answering his phone. Wait, you don't think he left his phone inside his suitcase, do you? I wouldn't put it past that knucklehead.
We'll give it a call, see what happens. Actually, I think we may have run into him earlier. Really? A suspicious man had been reported in the area, but when one of my officers approached to question him, he took off like a shot. What?
So sorry about that. Khura'In, these people aren't all like him, I swear.
Nice cover. Smooth. Well, he's probably still in the village somewhere. Maybe he knows something about the orb. Why would he probably still be in the village? Just because you think he wouldn't have left his suitcase? Maybe he knows something about the orb. I guess it's worth a look. So I guess that they're telling us that that's all the prints we are going to find on that thing. Huh. Oh, I can scan this window and I didn't before? What a huge window. I bet you could see the entire study from the outside.
How could he concentrate in here? I'd feel so exposed.
I know what you mean. Well, he does have a bookshelf positioned for some privacy around his desk. I mean... Well, you're talking about this thing with all the microscopes on it and everything. Depending on the angle, it wouldn't give you much privacy. It's not nearly as big as the window. And the chalk outline? Well, it's not chalk, it's like rope, but... So this is where Dr. Buff died. Oh, we've got a photograph! Fun! Poor man. He fell right on his head and probably died almost instantly. Yeah, I figured he would have had to hit his head if he died from that height. But there's like old dried blood on this book of his. It's weird. Unless that's some other substance. I see some blood on the book there, but what's that dark stain? Coffee, maybe? It appears to be coffee. It's still damp, so it must have gotten on there recently. Perhaps even last night. Huh.
It's a mighty big window he's next to. Big enough for someone to see inside.
Exactly. That's how the local resident who reported his death found him, to begin with. Oh, curious. This tree is like so colored in that it has to be important somehow. The doctor's body was visible from outside the window, and a passerby called in earlier this morning to report what they'd found. So, you mean this case is still only a few hours old?
That explains why our investigation is just getting underway.
Study photo added to the court record. I do love how she was like, you can help me with my investigation, and she just starts handing out photographs and stuff. Study diagram added to the court record. Neat. Oh, I'm happy about it. Finally getting a nice full page here. The positioning of the books is a little weird, isn't it? Oh, well, they moved the body out, so I guess not all of them will be in the same place, but there's one book right over here that's like leaning on the windowsill that, well, I guess that could be this one. It sort of is hard to tell. No, it can't be that one because there's no book leaning on top of this in the image. I guess maybe we're seeing this one, and this one here is like behind all this nonsense. Weird. I feel like there's just one or two more things we need to look at around here before we have a look around the village for where dear Datz might be. Do you think we'll be heading back to the Fey Manor? What a huge wall relief. It seems to depict a spirit channeling. Yeah, I thought maybe it was the Holy Mother, but I'm not quite convinced now. The headdress doesn't look ornate enough. Oh, well.
Hey, the spirit medium looks like the Holy Mother of Khura'In.
Yeah, her face was left blank, but the rest is clearly detailed and well crafted.
Did you know some researchers claim that the Holy Mother had 3 eyes, and that her third eye was able to divine the truth, just like the gods above? It is said to be on her forehead.
Like you said, you shouldn't believe everything you hear. And this is like a spiral staircase, kind of? It's very thin. It's a spiral staircase. And it's connected to a hallway up there. Why do they have to place the second floor so high up? Wait, you're not afraid of heights, are you? Oh, well...
Oh, Polly's hilarious around high places. He gets all wobbly like a baby deer taking its first steps, and his face turns as green as a watermelon.
It's not nice to make fun of people's phobias, you know. He's got a point.
Come to think of it, the visitor's entrance is on the 2nd floor. What an odd layout for a house.
Well, it's not a house, it's a lab, isn't it? Here's the Mistress Amy statue with the Shito? The sword, anyway. The 7-pronged sword, or 6-pronged with the extra blade at the top. I don't know if it's counted as 7 because the extra blade at the top or what. It's a golden statue. Looks pretty old, too.
I imagine it has great archaeological value. Maybe too great for a private researcher of Dr. Buff's caliber.
Ouch, mean. I wonder how he got his hands on something like this. Local treasure and all. Probably want a local researcher on it. Amy. Why is someone's name written on here?
Maybe it's so if it ever got lost, someone could return it to its owner. You know, like how school kids put their names on things.
Yeah, but this is just an urn, and the name is written so big.
Well, I wrote my name on my magic panties. It says W-R-I-G-H-T in super big letters.
Less said about this, the better. You and me, I think on this we agree, Apollo. That spiral staircase seems very weird, though. I know that's like the most innocuous thing in this whole room, but I'm like, there's something weird about that staircase. It just seems like so weirdly in the corner, and like it has to come into place somehow. Someone's gonna be like, he fell down. He must have fallen down the stairs or something, and then he was all dizzy, and that's why he fell off the ladder after. But it's gonna be like, you couldn't fall down a spiral staircase as easily as a normal staircase. I don't know.
It seems the orb isn't here. We checked literally everything, so.
That means Datz might be our only lead at this point.
Detective Sky said he might still be here in the village. We should try to find him.
Probably worthwhile, yes. Before we do, though, do you have any thoughts about any of this other stuff? Anna? Maybe it was Dr. Buff's wish to die under a pile of his beloved books. We shouldn't probably speculate. I know I could die happily under a big pile of forensic equipment. Well, I'll pass on dying under a big pile of evidence from my past cases. It's all murder weapons and photos of dead bodies. So what? Are you saying you don't love your job? Being buried in the tools of one's trade is hardly a valid way to assess dedication, Emma.
Yeah, Emma!
Well, I don't see Datz yet. May 16th, Khura'In Village.
Good day to you, citizens of Khura'In Village. My name is Paul Adishon, and I want your vote. Politician, sorry. Got it. Politician, and I want your vote.
Well, that's really loud.
Look, something's coming this way. Politician, savior of Khura'In, has come to... Ah! It's you people! Who are we? What? Apollo, what is that strange conveyance coming this way?
It's a car
door. It's not a car. Left, right, halt!
It's one of those, what do you call them? Palanquins?
You got me. I've never heard that word in my life, but I recognize it's like those things you carry on a pallbearer, like pallbearers.
What is you?
So, you finally left Dr. Buff's house. What were you doing there? What a bunch of shady-looking characters.
And you aren't?
Reclaim the glory of Khura'In.
So I take it you knew the doctor?
What a foolish question. I memorized the names and faces of the entire electorate here in Khura'In. After all, I am the man who's destined to be king of this fine nation someday.
Who are you? And what do you mean king?
Ignorant fools, I am the politician. I am soon to be an eminent politician, a man whose name will go down in history. You should be ashamed that you've never heard of me before.
I'm ashamed that I know of you now.
Is he really that famous of a politician, Apollo?
Not that I know of.
I'm running for a seat here on the local council right now.
I guess even Jerk Q Public has to start somewhere.
But my election is a sure thing, I'm told. After all, my grandfather was a famous politician with untold influence. In short, I'm the chosen one, the golden boy, the powerhouse of politics, and rider of his grandfather's coattails.
Nice one, Trucy.
Are you blinded by my majesty? Go ahead, bask in the resplendent glory that is me, the chosen one.
Sure.
A pleasant day to you, good people of Khura'In. I am politician. It's time to reclaim the glory of Khura'In together. A convenience store on every corner, a karaoke bar in every home. A vote for a politician is a vote for a happier, hopier Khura'In village.
Turn off that infernal rocket, you fool! You're a stain on your grandfather's good name!
Thank you, good sir! Your support is appreciated as always!
People are just like shouting at him from their balconies.
I guess he's one of those people who only hears what they want to hear.
In other words, he's a model politician.
Ooh, ouch. Now, where was I? All right, you were in the doctor's house. Just what in the world were you doing in there,
I'm gonna go. This guy is like classic original Ace Attorney trilogy material. Politician. Well, maybe this will help clear things up. Actually, I'm a lawyer.
You're so shallow, relying on your badge to impress people. What would you be without it? I pity men like you who have no sense of self. Real men make their own mark in this world.
Says the man who's riding on his grandfather's coattails. He really just, and now you're riding on Trucy's. What do you think about this? Politician is the squeaky clean candidate. So if you're going to bribe me, try to be a little more subtle about it, would ya? Huh? I wasn't trying to bribe you. Don't accept any bribes unless they come in unmarked bills. This is but a fraction of the political wisdom that my grandfather shared with me. Better luck next time. After a spin cycle or two with those bills, I bet I'd be squeaky clean too. Don't accept anything unless it's in unmarked bills. I get the sense that someone on the dev team had some, like, pent-up rage about the way a recent election went. Well, I mean, you're just profoundly sketchy in basically every way. Let's talk. The more I hear from you, probably the better for our case. Is this what you ride around in when you're campaigning? That's right! It's perfect for the narrow roads and steep hills here in this village. It has a top speed of 5 miles per hour, but it suffers from serious reliability issues. Namely, these imbeciles tire out too quickly. We'll try harder next time, sir. Poor guys. They're exhausted and covered in sweat. The Athena family has been in politics for generations, even back in the old country. Really? Old country? Which country? Khura'In? My grandfather, Abe Titian, was a prominent member of Congress, and he was born right here in Khura'In. There isn't a person here who hasn't heard of him. All I asked about was his palanquin. Palanquin. Just think about to say that. Palanquin it is. You must have heard of the Athenians. I'm even reviving our old country campaigning style. Oh, politics aren't really my thing. Trucy? I don't recall ever reading about them at school. Young people today. You people really need to pay more attention to politics. I'm afraid I'm in Apollo's boat here. The less attention I have to pay to you, I think the better my overall health and well-being, holistically speaking, will be. So what business did you people have at Dr. Buff's house? He was going to transfer ownership of the Founder's Orb to us. I don't think we should be saying this to this sketchy dude. It's a sacred relic from the kingdom of Khura'In. The Founder's Orb! So you tried to get your hands on it, did you? Wait, what do you know about the orb? I know that it's mine, that's what. How do you figure that? Because I know it's not the Founder's Orb. Its real name is the Crystal of Amy Faye. The Crystal of Amy Faye? That's right. It's been passed down for generations in the Athena family. Not the Faye family? Until it was stolen, that is, but just when I had it zeroed in on the culprit, the doctor hid it away and then kicked the bucket. So you're saying Dr. Buff stole your family heirloom? That's not what Dirk said. Strange. And Dirk is unusually silent on the matter. But I've been told the doctor himself said that he had the Founder's Orb. It's all that weird foreigner's doing! He filled that doctor's head with nonsense. Nonsense like the Crystal of Amy Faye being the Founder's Orb! Weird foreigner? Could he mean Datz? Is this the foreigner you're talking about? Take that! Take that! Yes, that's him! Thought so. Now we really have to find Datz.
Do you know where this man is now?
I imagine he's at a detention center by now. I called the authorities after I found him hiding in my dog's doghouse. What? How did he fit? What?
The buffoon.
Well, at least we know where he is now. Let's over to the detention center and see what he knows about the Founder's Orb. Detention center back in our hometown? That's like an hour's train ride away? So you really are after my crystal. No, we're looking for the Founder's Orb and we have an agreement to prove it. Well, just so you know, you're not gonna lay a finger on it. It's mine. No. We're looking for the actual Founder's Orb. We don't want your stinking crystal. And I intend to give it to my benefactor. Your benefactor? This also seems like things you shouldn't be saying to us. God, his suit, it's like so cool and so ostentatious at the same time. Like the gilded, like lapel. I'm like, ugh, disgusting. I want it. What do you mean by that? My benefactor is ready to support my rise to the pinnacle of the political world. Does your benefactor's name happen to start with Ing and end with Gakarkul? They have immense influence here, you see, and I intend to harness that influence. So you're just gonna give your family heirloom away to this person? That's right! It's a purely political decision! And in exchange, your patron will get the people of Khura'In to vote for you. Eminent politicians are skilled at leveraging all their connections. Isn't it illegal to buy votes? Well, good luck with that, I guess. You just wait. Politician will reign supreme someday. As a lawyer, shouldn't you probably, like, counsel him against? Well, whatever. Never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake, I suppose. And I just have to assume this guy is our enemy. None of this examination dialogue has changed in light of the fact of all the stuff we know and the fact that Athena is here. So, detention center it is. I'm not surprised they got... I'm not surprised he got arrested considering his prints on the case and everything. Not that they knew that, I suppose, at the time. But just, I mean, he was acting sketchy in that area for a considerable quantity of time. May 16th, detention center visitors room. What's Datz's voice again?
Oh yeah, it's like this.
Hey.
Yikes!
What's he doing under the desk?
Feral cogs of the corrupt regime, I have nothing to say to you. Datz, it's me, Dirk. Oh! Dirk! You're a sight for sore eyes. I knew you'd come save me.
Well, you say that, but you didn't notice him by sight.
Oh, this is another fine mess you've gotten yourself into. My bad. At least the grub here is pretty good compared to that prison back home. You got 3 square meals plus a place to sleep. Why are you joining me, Dirk? No thanks. They just sent me back to Khura'In where I'd face immediate execution.
You shouldn't say this in earshot of the guard.
Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be such a good idea.
Looks like he's still the same too. Long time no see, Datz.
Huh? Hey, you look, kind of familiar. Oh, Apollo? Is it really you, my boy? A to the J, all grown up and whatnot, have you been?
Fine. Fine. He's fine! And you, Datz? You look good, besides the incarceration and all.
Those horns, AJ!
Horns?
They've grown up with you, just like a stag's antlers. I can't take it.
You really haven't changed a bit. Anyway, there's something we need to talk to you about.
Sure, bulb a chair. I've got all the time in the world. Slammer's like my second home. It's really not so bad once you get used to it.
He's rather laid back for someone in police custody. No kidding. Well, let's examine first and foremost, why don't we? I hate the feeling of being constantly watched.
Indeed. Considering my current situation, the less I'm seen, the better.
Well, it's not like there's an international arrest warrant out for you.
True, but I seem to have made quite an international splash with that hijacking stunt. I had to sign a ton of autographs and take a load of selfies before I got to your office.
Wait, what?
Maybe they thought the hijacking was part of some movie's promotion.
Right, I can honestly say I didn't expect him to say any of that. He's completely uninterested in us, for the better.
That suits to be fine. It'll only complicate things if I'm recognized.
Right, you're known as some sort of scary terrorist who fled from Khura'In. Though in reality, no one would believe you're the real Dirk of Legend anyway. Yeah, I probably think you're just some cosplayer or wannabe. Copycat. Contemporary copycat culture probably plays to our favor here. Dirk, why are you holding that mic?
I got the strangers to speak whenever there's a microphone before me. We, the Defiant Dragons, shall—
No, stop! I'm all grown up. I'm an attorney now.
Why, AJ, you've become a fine lawyer in your own right.
I still have a lot to learn.
Oh, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. If I ever went to trial, I'd definitely want you on my side.
Well, funny you mention. Knowing you, you'd probably skip town before the trial even started.
The doc agreed in writing to hand the orb over to me, but he kept stalling like he didn't trust me or something.
I wonder why.
That scary mug of yours no doubt frightened him. Look who's talking!
Honestly, I think you're both about equally scary looking. Ouch. Both Dirk and Datz look like they've been stabbed right in the ego. I know, it looks pretty smiley to me.
Oh, is that for me?
No, I was just showing it to you.
Anything I could use here in the Slammer is more than welcome.
That's the guard has given you some serious side-eye. Also, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be allowed to just hand things into the detention center anyway. Alrighty, let's chat about the circumstances of your arrest. Were you really, in a doghouse?
What have you done now, Datz? Nothing. I'm innocent, I tell ya. It all started when this dog-faced cop tried to question me. It looked so funny, I started laughing at him. That's when they came after me. It was hilarious, I tell you. I mean, a human police dog? How funny is that?
Right, so what happened after that?
They caught me hiding in a doghouse. Dang Pooch ratted me out. Well, I guess that's what I get for laughing at one of his doggy comrades.
Sounds like the dog's got the last laugh.
Datz, weren't you cleared of those jailbreak charges? And your capture by Lady Kira deemed unlawful. Yeah, but the cops here don't seem to like me anyway.
What are the charges this time?
Unauthorized entry or something like that. They think I'm an illegal alien. And I can't prove otherwise, because I lost my passport.
How did you get... Like, I get he was cleared of Lady Kira charges or whatever, but he's still a rebel, and they hate rebels over there with a burning passion. And wait, hold on, what do you mean he was cleared of the jailbreak charges? He did break out of jail. We proved that. And then he ran out of the court when... at that point, pursued by, like, the bailiff and stuff. How the hell were you cleared of any charges? Was that some kind of Phoenix episode we didn't get to see?
And I can't prove otherwise because I lost my passport.
Is there any way they let you go?
Not without my passport. If only I had it. Dirk, AJ, you gotta find my passport.
All right, we'll find it. One more thing to add to our to-do list. I might test his passport. B. In his suitcase, I guess? Was what the doctor had really the Founder's Orb?
Absolutely, positively, the doctor was sure of it. Really? Because someone from the village is calling it the Crystal of Amy Faye. He also claims you were filling the doctor's head with lies.
That ain't true! The doctor said he was sure it was the real deal!
Oh, his fancy research confirmed it was the Founder's Orb.
So then that politician character was lying? Imagine that, a politician who lies.
I bet he wants the orb all to himself.
I wonder who's telling the truth. Well, Apollo didn't notice any, big ticks coming from anyone.
Well, take a look at this. It proves the doc believed he had the Founder's Orb. Let me see that.
Seems to be handwritten. Orb transfer agreement. I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. Dr. Archie Buff. Oh, well, that's not good for a few reasons. Number one, it makes it sound like the Defiant Dragons were threatening him, which I don't know if they were. Then maybe they were. And number two, he in fact came to harm. So I guess that means that agreement is null.
I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. Signed, Dr. Archie Buff.
See? I got it all down in writing.
But, Datz, why does it say if I will come to no harm at the end here?
Sounds like he was scared of you. Datz, did you threaten the doctor in any way?
No, you got it all wrong. It was the doc's friend. He told the old man us rebels were dangerous. It's his fault the doc thought I might hurt him.
Sounds like the work of that politician. He's really made a mess of things. Yeah, but also he has come to harm, so legally, if we're following this, the orb is not ours anymore, right?
Oh, about the orb's whereabouts. Maybe the doc's kid knows something.
The doctor has a kid?
Yeah, bit of a shut-in, though. Poor thing's own bedroom has become like a self-imposed prison.
A shut-in? Sounds like it'll be a challenge just to get a conversation going.
Time for your questioning. Follow me.
It must be lunchtime! Today's fried chicken, if I'm not mistaken!
You'll get your lunch if you behave yourself.
Is that cool for them to withhold food if you don't cooperate? Well, I guess. The law system is all different in this game.
Dirk, AJ, I'll see you guys around!
I sure hope so, pal.
Our only need now is Dr. Buff's kid, but luring a shut-in out is...
not gonna be easy, I know. He's dealt with one or two before in the course of everything. Hey, Dirk, by the way, I'm an attorney.
I can relate.
No, we already saw that. Sorry. We wouldn't have had a chance to show him anything this and beyond.
The old show 'em and see what they say tactic. I used to try that whenever I had nothing else to say.
Who says I have nothing else to say?
It's written all over your face.
Like you have anything to add right now. I don't know about you, but this note does not seem good to me.
I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. It seems it was pretty scared of us rebels.
Can you blame him? If I got a sudden visit from some scary-looking stranger, I'd be frightened too.
I see your point. Maybe we should think about projecting a kinder, gentler image. I know. We'll hold some community outreach programs. Bring a rebel to work day could be a great way for the public to get to know the real us.
Sounds more like a lose-lose for everyone. Plus, you're the one who introduced yourself as we're the good, the bad, and the ugly without the good part. Any ideas?
Mass transit and electronic communications. This country's infrastructure is really advanced compared to Khura'In.
Why don't you see the sights once you have the orb?
Well, I guess I could use a break. How about you show me around?
Oh, I'll probably be busy with work, so,
I see.
What are you talking about, Polly? Your only work right now is cleaning the office. Yeah, and I have to be at the office to do that. I can't go seeing the sights. That was super awkward just then.
The Founder's Orb should be with the doctor right now. What do you say we go take a gander?
What if he doesn't have it? Sorry? You mean the doctor's kid? What if he doesn't have it? What if he came all the way from Khura'In for nothing?
I'll cross that bridge if and when I come to it. Besides, even if I leave empty-handed, at least I got to see you, son.
Oh, thanks.
No, I really mean it.
That's nice. Anyway, this is super awkward. May 16th, Khura'In Village. Doctor study. Oh, it's you again. Looking for Mr. Wright? He was just here a second ago. What? He was?
What was Daddy doing here?
Good question. He said he was looking for something. Did he say anything else? Let me think. Something about how his ride never showed up at the airport. Athena, you're supposed to be the techie. You can't use Google Maps. Yes, that was it. I guess Athena really did get lost.
What's Daddy doing all the way out here in the first place? He can't be looking for us since no one told him we'd be here.
Yeah, I have to imagine Maya's got something to do with it. Well, if you're here to take another look around, be my guest. I have other work to do, so if you'll excuse me. Of course. Thanks, Emma. Right. We didn't find the orb the first time. I doubt we will this time. First and foremost, we better find Datz's passport. We should also have a word with Dr. Buff's child. Hey, is it just me? Or is there something new in here? This little craft on the ground. Is it from his kid? Is his kid like an engineer? Will the kid be named like Newton Graham, NG, engineering buff? Oh, you mean that thing? Yeah, we should take a close look at it too. Let's not forget about Datz's passport. Should be around here somewhere. Yes, that's the thing I'm most concerned with. Let's start with that, and I'd like to look at this later. I guess it makes the most sense to check the suitcase first. Trucy said she could open any lock. That's his suitcase. Maybe his passport's in there? That's no good. It's locked tight. We should have asked him for the key. Ah! I guess there's no chance to do that now if he's in questioning. I was gonna go back and try. Well, that's that, I guess. Let's look at this thing. Are we able to go upstairs to any other rooms in the house? No, we are not. So I assume when we look at this thing, the shut-in kid is gonna come out and be like, hey, don't touch that! What's this? A model helicopter? Don't you know anything, Apollo? It's a drone. They're all the rage right now. I bet it belongs to the doctor's kid. We need to ask them about the orb's whereabouts. Yeah, but luring out a shut-in isn't gonna be easy. I mean, you guys haven't even tried, like, knocking on the door. They might have been exaggerating, you never know. What are we gonna do about Datz's passport? It's probably right there inside his suitcase, but we can't get it open. Speaking of, you didn't try ringing his phone at any point, did you? To see if it was in there? Why don't I take it over to Datz so we can unlock it? That way, you guys can continue looking for the orb. Good thinking, Trucy. Okay, here we go! Huh? What the... this thing weighs a ton! Let me try. Jeez! How could a suitcase be so heavy? Is it filled with bricks or something? Maybe the Founder's orb is super heavy. Oh, and Datz, he probably packed his dumbbells in there. Certainly much too heavy to lug all the way to the detention center. Here, let me take a crack at that lock. What, are you gonna pick it? Apparently! There you go. That was fast. A lock like that is child's play to me. Especially after all the wrongly imprisoned compatriots I've busted out over the years. You've sure seen a lot of action for an ex-lawyer. And here we go. That's his passport. Khura'In's passports are nice. Gold and green. It's cool. I'll take it over to him. Thanks, Trucy. No problem. Now you guys enjoy some quality father-son treasure hunting time, okay? See you later. Kinda wish she hadn't said that. There she goes. I wish she wouldn't make such a big deal out of our little family situation. Father-son time, eh? Been ages since we've had a father-son talk, son? Yeah, well over a decade. So, Apollo. How have you been? Oh, fine. I'm fine. I guess. Was that so? Fine, you say? Well, fine is fine by me. Good to hear. Okay. So what do we talk about now? Get down! Hit the dirt, son! Huh? The drone's coming after you. What the? Ah! Got a Gatling gun! What the hell? Did it shoot like BB gun pellets or something? Speak to me, son! Say something! That's smarts. What the hell is this? You maggots! What do you think you're doing invading buff airspace? It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before you get past me, you yellow-bellied yahoos! Whoa! It can talk? What kind of drone is this anyway? Ah! Drone nothing! That's Sergeant Buff to you, soldier! You got that, you lowly grunts? Ow! What the who now? Buff. Sounds like the doctor's son is behind the controls. He's controlling this thing? Apollo, let's play along for now. At least until we can get the information we need out of him. Or until you get shot to death. Got it. Sergeant Buff? Sergeant Buff, sir! You forgot to say sir! Ain't you never seen a war movie before? Oh, right. Let me try that again. Sergeant Buff, sir! Better. Much better.
Now, state your name, unit, and rank, soldier!
Oh, I'm Apollo Justice. I serve at the Wright Anything Agency, and my rank is, fledgling lawyer? Sir?
Affirmative, Private Justice.
Private?
Listen up, diaper baby! Your commanding officer's orders are absolute! Disobedience means a one-way trip to the firing squad! Do I make myself clear?
Oh, sir! Yes, sir!
Good, good. We might make a man out of you yet, Private. Now for you, Cyclops! You want my name, unit, and rank, too? I'm Urga'id Bonny. I command the rebel group, the Defiant Dragons, and my rank is, leader. Sir. Excellent! Welcome aboard, Commandeer Dirk. Wait a second. What's with that ridiculous mop you call a head? Soldier should be clean cut! Sorry, but this is my signature look. I'm not about to... Go! Fine, I'll get a haircut before we ship out. Listen up, you! It's kill or be killed out on that battlefield! No place for leaving conditioners! All you've got is your life, and you're lucky to have that!
He's oddly obsessed with field survival for someone who never goes outdoors.
This is going to be harder than I thought, son.
No kidding. I'm almost afraid to say it, but have a look at my badge.
What insubordination? Petty trinkets have no place in Buff's army, soldier! Now drop and give me 20!
Sheesh. At least let me show the evidence before you shoot it down. That kind of has the sound that none of these will do anything. Oh, this guy is something else. The chopper's got 5 stars on it and then all these little symbols, which they look like bowling symbols to me. Like those ones you measure for a strike, and then these 2 are for spares, but I don't know what that means in military speak, if anything. Oh, I was just gonna try and examine and see what happened if I did that, but...
Don't let me catch you stepping in a line again!
Guess I better play along and ask what he wants. Yeah, this is gonna be one heck of a time here, isn't it? Are you controlling that drone from your room, sir?
Affirmative! But I can see everything you do from here, so tear that, soldier! Wipe that stupid look off your face! I'm gonna whip you sheltered peace next into shape!
With what? Your charming personality?
Look, it's got a camera and speakers, too. And that's not all, Commandeer!
Is it supposed to be commander or I don't know how to say what that word...
Why, it's got a broom! With these arms I can cook and clean, too! Speaking of which, Private Justice, you're on latrine duty! Snap to it on the double!
With a broom? As if I don't see enough of the toilet back at the office. Sergeant's drone added to the court record? Oh, okay, what? Okay. Helicopter drone operator with a doctor's kit equipped with a camera and microphone. I don't like this at all.
That thing's pretty handy. Must Defiant Dragons could use one of those. Yes, it is a fine piece of hardware, isn't it? I modified it especially for siege defense.
Siege defense? You mean how you won't leave your room?
I don't think you should phrase it like that. Ah! Holding up in a stronghold to defend against an enemy is an age-old military tactic. A timeless strategy still applicable in modern warfare. I hope you're not trying to mock the wisdom of my forefathers.
Hey, I meant no offense. It was just an observation.
So the greenhorn who ain't even discharged the firearms got something to say, does he?
Sorry. It won't happen again, sir.
Darn tootin'. Now state your intentions, soldier.
I'm not sure I wanna. We had an agreement with your father. He had promised to hand over the Founder's Orb to us.
What? Papa promised you that?
He did, but he died before he could tell us where it's hidden. Now we have no idea where it is.
Oh. Papa. Why? Why'd you have to die?
It was an unfortunate accident, and I'm sorry for your loss.
If it helps at all, I know how you feel, Sergeant.
What did you do? You insignificant maggot! What would an unseasoned rookie like you know about how I feel? First I lost Mama, and now I've lost Papa!
You lost your mother, too?
She's been gone for some time now. I'm all alone now.
All alone.
Sergeant Buff, would you tell us a little bit more about what happened to your mother?
It's got super heavy, super fast. Mama passed away about 6 months ago. We're still living in our apartment in the city. Back then, I had yet to engage my siege defense strategy.
In other words, something caused him to withdraw from the world.
It was arson. It happened so suddenly, and before we knew it, our apartment was a sea of flames. Mom and I were trapped inside. But help never came. So, Mama cradled me in her arms, kicked out a window, and jumped.
She did what?
She was like a walking, talking medal of valor. My mama was. She delivered me safely to terra firma with a perfectly executed PLF. It's a 5-point landing technique used by paratroopers to land safely on the ground.
She sounds like a superhero or something.
But from that height, she suffered massive injuries in order to protect me. She died so that I could live. Ah! Mama!
I don't know what to say.
me neither. Something I'm finding myself coming up a lot against in this game.
And the person who started the fire?
Arson makes it sound like it was perpetrated. He was immediately apprehended. They say he was standing outside laughing while the building burned.
At least justice was served. I hope that brought you some solace.
I've lost both my parents now. You can't possibly know how I feel. Mama. Papa.
Poor kid. It's hard losing both your parents at such a young age.
Actually, they said kid. I didn't know he was young. The father was 60, right? So I assumed the kid was like in his 20s or 30s. I'm not sure how old he's supposed to be.
He must really feel alone now. He said as much, as a matter of fact.
Apollo, I imagine you know what he's going through.
I do?
The road to recovery begins by talking to someone who suffered the same hardship. I know you have something that shows you understand.
Very well. Sergeant, sir? Would you please take a look at this?
What do we have here?
It's a photo of my father. I wasn't even a year old when he died. In a fire.
What? Was this the first time we heard he died in a fire? I think maybe that's the first time they mentioned how he died.
And, like your mother, he died in an arsonist's blaze. But in his final moments, he managed to save his infant son.
Private justice! You've suffered a loss just like mine.
I have. And that's why I know how you feel.
But you still have your mother, don't you?
No, I lost her too.
What?
She disappeared after the fire. I don't know if she's still alive or dead. Heck, I don't even know what she looks like.
Wow.
Sergeant Buff, his experience is very much like your own. If anyone can understand the sadness in your heart, it's him. And that's why I implore you to tell us all you know about this recent death next time on Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice is what this game is actually called.
Because we are out of time for now! I reckon we'll be able to get to the end of the investigation by next episode. Usually it takes us around 3. That's not too unrealistic. Express sympathy for Sarge with a piece of evidence. Covered a fair bit in and around this lab as it stands. We've got an idea of who we're going to be defending, because I assume they're going to pin the murder, well, the accidental death on Datz quickly here. Being he was known to have been there, left a suitcase and all. And I got a feeling that this kid's drone is going to be absolutely crucial in absolving dear Datz. Well, that's all. Next video on the channel is going to be some more Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, and next time here, hopefully finishing up this investigation and maybe getting a little bit into the trial sequence. We shall see. I could be totally wrong on this. Maybe a lot more to go to here, but very interesting cast of characters we're getting here. I appreciate the number of weirdos. I can already tell this politician guy is going to be so much fun on the stand. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace! Around in a place that's completely unguarded. Like, if I were just... Messages open the same. I don't know what that means. Like, if you're walking around here right now and I pulled out my sound's gonna just went wha-bang and like one-shotted you in the head and then walked away casually. As long as I were quickly going to an escape route, they would in theory not have too much time to find me here. I haven't actually